The temperature seems to change, sounds behave strangely, the atmosphere feels heavier, as though the space itself is aware of your presence. People have described these sensations for centuries. Homes, inns, castles, hospitals, and even open land have been linked to unexplained experiences. Footsteps with no source, voices in empty rooms, objects moving without cause. These locations are often described as haunted. But what does that actually mean? What turns an ordinary place into something people fear, avoid, or remember long after they leave? To understand hauntings, we first need to understand the different forms they are believed to take, and why not all hauntings are the same. The concept of a haunting at its most basic level. A haunting refers to unexplained activity associated with a specific location. Unlike general paranormal experiences that can follow a person, hauntings are tied to a place, a building, a room, a stretch of land. Reports often include recurring sounds, visual anomalies, environmental changes, and the feeling of being watched or followed. These experiences tend to happen repeatedly, often in similar ways, and sometimes over long periods of time, over centuries of reports. Investigators and researchers have noticed patterns. These patterns have led to hauntings being grouped into different categories, the most well-known being residual hauntings and intelligent hauntings. A residual haunting is often described as the most common type. In these cases, there is no interaction, no response, no awareness. People report seeing figures that repeat the same action over and over, walking down a hallway, standing at a window, climbing stairs, or performing a task that once took place there. Sounds are also common: footsteps, doors opening or closing, voices that repeat the same phrases. These experiences are often compared to a recording being played back. The theory behind residual hauntings suggests that emotional or traumatic events can leave an imprint on an environment. Strong emotions, fear, grief, anger, or desperation may somehow become embedded in a location, replaying under the right conditions. Importantly, residual hauntings are not believed to involve conscious entities. The figures seen are not aware of observers. They do not respond to questions or attempts at communication. Many famous haunted locations fall into this category: old inns where footsteps echo nightly, historic homes where figures are seen crossing the same room at the same time, or battlefields where sounds of conflict are reported decades or even centuries later. Skeptical explanations often point to environmental factors such as infrasound, electromagnetic fields, memory association, and suggestion. Yet even when these explanations are considered, the consistency of reports in certain locations continues to puzzle researchers. Intelligent hauntings differ in one key way: interaction. In these cases, witnesses report that something responds to them, footsteps change direction, voices answer questions, objects move in reaction to presence. People may feel watched, followed, or addressed directly. Some report names being called, personal objects being moved, or changes in activity based on who is present. These hauntings are often described as involving a conscious presence, something aware of its surroundings and able to respond. Historically, intelligent hauntings were associated with spirits of the deceased, believed to be lingering due to unfinished business, emotional attachment, or sudden death. Modern theories are more varied, ranging from psychological projection to unknown environmental phenomena. Unlike residual hauntings, intelligent hauntings tend to evolve. Activity may increase, decrease, or change over time. Investigators often note patterns, certain rooms, times, or individuals triggering stronger responses. Skeptics argue that human perception plays a powerful role, particularly in environments where expectation influences experience. Believers counter that some responses are too specific to dismiss entirely. Poltergeist activity is often confused with hauntings, but it has distinct characteristics. The word poltergeist comes from German, meaning noisy spirit. Unlike traditional hauntings, poltergeist activity is not always tied to a location. Instead, it is often associated with a person, commonly an adolescent or someone experiencing emotional stress. Reports include objects being thrown, loud knocks or bangs, furniture moving, electrical disturbances. What makes poltergeist cases unique is their intensity and physical nature. Objects appear to move with force, sounds are loud and disruptive, activity may occur in front of multiple witnesses. One theory suggests poltergeist activity may be a form of unconscious psychokinesis. emotional energy manifesting physically during periods of stress. This theory attempts to explain why activity often stops when the associated individual leaves the environment or resolves emotional turmoil. Others interpret poltergeists as aggressive or mischievous entities. However, unlike intelligent hauntings, poltergeist activity rarely involves communication or visible apparitions. Regardless of explanation, poltergeist cases remain some of the most dramatic and controversial in paranormal research. Shadow figures are among the most commonly reported yet least understood phenomena associated with hauntings. Witnesses describe dark, human-shaped forms seen in peripheral vision or fleeting moments. These figures often appear as silhouettes, lacking facial features or detail. Shadow figures are frequently reported in bedrooms, hallways, and transitional spaces. They are commonly associated with sleep disturbances, but many reports occur while individuals are fully awake. Some describe shadow figures as neutral observers, others report feelings of dread, fear, or being watched. One explanation links shadow figures to neurological or psychological processes, particularly in low-light environments where the brain attempts to fill in missing visual information. Another theory suggests shadow figures may represent an unknown type of phenomenon, possibly related to consciousness, perception, or even dimensional overlap. Unlike ghosts in traditional hauntings, shadow figures rarely interact physically. Their presence is brief, elusive, and often unsettling precisely because it defies clear explanation. One of the most striking aspects of hauntings is how personal they feel. Two people can experience the same environment and come away with entirely different interpretations. One may feel calm, while another feels intense fear. This subjectivity complicates investigation. Memory, expectation, emotional state, and cultural background all influence perception. Yet despite this, recurring patterns appear across independent reports. Similar descriptions, behaviors, and sensations reported by people with no connection to one another. This balance between personal experience and shared patterns is what keeps hauntings firmly in the conversation between belief and skepticism. Whether hauntings are psychological, environmental, or something beyond current understanding, they serve a deeper purpose. They remind us that there are aspects of reality we do not yet fully understand. They reflect humanity's long-standing questions about consciousness, memory, and existence itself. Hauntings challenge the idea that a place is just walls and floors. They suggest that experiences, emotional or otherwise, may leave lasting impressions, a question without an answer. So what is a haunting? Is it memory replaying itself in the environment, a conscious presence interacting with the living, an emotional echo mistaken for something more, or something we have yet to understand? The truth is, no single explanation fits every case, and perhaps that is why hauntings continue to fascinate us, not because they provide answers, but because they force us to ask better questions. Understanding hauntings begins with observation, not assumption, with curiosity, not fear, and with a willingness to admit that some mysteries remain unresolved.